Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. So you may have noticed that the stream was freaking the fuck out. So my little computer, the little computer that could, straight up can't. So I ran a nice long test this morning and verified that my computer could in fact run OBS, could record, and could run Brigadier at the same time. It seems that while my computer could record, could run OBS, and could run Brigadier at the same time, it could not do all of the above and actually transmit to Twitch. So the incredible glitchiness in the past couple minutes, it has basically just been me desperately trying to switch scene and stop my countdown timer. I had to straight up murder OBS before it would allow me to do any of the above. My computer was just straight up dying. So, how about we play some MekHQ instead and just have a random little MekHQ campaign? How does that sound? Let me just go ahead and update the stream information. Give me just a couple of seconds. Let's go to starting soon mech. Let's get rid of that. Let's turn you on. There we go. So let me just fix all of this. There we are. Funnily enough, MegaMek actually has only 200 fewer followers on Twitch than Brigadier, which I find is interesting. So I'm just updating the stream titles and all that good stuff. How is everybody today? That should be the stream updated. Let me just go over to Discord to let everybody know what's happening. Secret 10,000 says, well, that's surprising. Yeah, my tiny computer is tiny and not very good. This is why we need to replace it. So yeah, that's all been a thing. Give me a second. I just need to put out another announcement. Let's throw away one word. Or is it multiple words? I guess it's one word. It's one word today. Oh, Secret of Man says that so the followers of MegaMek and Brigadier are similar. Yeah, no, that surprised me. So we're going to put up MekHQ via IntelliJ. I am very much pulling this out of my ass, so bear with me. But how about about, let's see, someone give me an idea for a throwaway campaign we could just play for today on stream. Need to go through and turn the disclaimer back on. Take us over to IntelliJ. Word of Blake campaign. Okay, let's go for a Word of Blake campaign. Little Willie says it's because MegaMek is a quality product. It certainly is. Let's go for a Word of Blake campaign. I will say we've got some new dog food. A Word of Blake armored company. Oh, that could be interesting. What was I going to say? Yeah, I've got my new dogs some dog food, and there is a smell, and I don't know if it's my horrible little stinky dogs doing their best to fart me out of the room, or if it's the new dog food. So we're going to stage campaign. So let's think. We've got Word of Blake campaign. We've got an armored company. Tell you what we could do in MegaMek, if we haven't already, is it's like a random button for campaign faction. I like the idea of an armored company though. Also, another reason why I really wanted to take a day off today is obviously the same reason I wanted to take a day off yesterday, and that is just the sheer volume of work that's gone into the new StratCon stuff. It's actually let's be smart. Let's be smart, because basically the sheer amount of work that's gone into that has just left me very, very winded. Sneaky Dan Van says dogs do be like to deploy the mustard gas. So true. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go and call this placeholder build, and we're gonna make ourselves a custom build. So we are going to actually we're gonna say a new branch from this. I'm gonna call it composite build for great justice. So we're going to take our composite build for great justice, and then we're going to go ahead and pass in some memory leak fixes. So I fixed some pretty serious memory leaks earlier today, and yeah, basically I found that on a bad day we had a memory leak that was adding 400 to 600 megabytes to the rounds and MegaMek turns memory usage every turn. So it would add, say, 400 megabytes on turn 1, and then on turn 2 it's going to add another 400 megabytes for 800 megabytes, and it would keep going until your client crashed and ran out of memory. Anybody who's with us on stream on Friday would have remembered we hit a bunch of out of memory errors, and this is why. And for general play, it wasn't a huge amount of issue. You'd hit it, but you'd hit it eventually. But because of an interplay between a handful of different bugs, if you were on double blind, in testing, it got so bad I could reliably hit it after just 8 turns. And this has actually been the bugs that I fixed have actually been in the game since about 2020, and they all go back to a refactor we did on how boards are drawn, and essentially everyone who's played MekHQ or MegaMek, even not even MekHQ, everybody who's played MegaMek will know that will have encountered this bug. So you know how if a match goes on for a particularly long time, MegaMek gets slower and slower and slower and just starts to feel very sticky. So you save your scenario and then you come out, you go back in, it's all fine. This bug that I fixed today is the cause. Radar says I just had an out of memory. Yeah, no, you're going to. It's basically some of the changes that we made over the past like week have exacerbated this existing problem and caused just absolute fucking chaos. Mr. Bear, Tiger's allowed on the bed too. Tiger, Mr. Bear is allowed on the bed. You can't have the whole bed to yourself, and you can't eat my plastic dinosaur either. Mr. Bear and Tiger are having a marital dispute. They're fighting for custody of the bed. You're okay, Tiger. Mr. Bear just wants to be able to relax. And he wants to be able to relax without you smothering his face with your fat ass. But yeah, so some of the changes that we made recently have essentially exacerbated this already existing problem and resulted in significantly increased likelihood that you're going to hit the out of memory error. Now it should be fixed. But the reason why we're creating this composite build is because I want to play with the new stuff. So we're going to have our throwaway campaign and we're going to play for a bit. And we'll go for a Word of Blake. Do I want to be Word of Blake or do I want to fight the Word of Blake? Let's go for a mercenary tank company during the jihad. That's what we'll go for. We'll mix and match. We'll have a mercenary tank company during the jihad. That could be fun. Radar says you've got to restart MekHQ every few hours because then you'll get out of memory errors. We've got a few memory leaks right now. This will help with that because the biggest problem is every time we got a unit changed event, we incorrectly rebuilt the entire the entire image library. I'm significantly oversimplifying here, but we essentially rebuilt the entire image library and then added it on top of the existing image library. So on the first time it builds, you have one set of the image library. The next time you build, you have another set of the image library. Then the next time you build, it's going to have another set of the image library. You build 10 times, you have 10 identical copies of the image library all smashed on top of each other. Now that no longer happens. So we are in MekHQ, so let us slip a dooney over. MekHQ. Come on, computer. You can do it. I believe in you. Come on. I think my computer's still recovering from me having the audacity to try and play Brigador earlier. Okay, new campaign. Knight says they allocated 12 gigabytes to MegaMek MekHQ. They do all right unless you have to cancel a MegaMek game and then start another one. It's like it doesn't unload MegaMek completely. Yes, so that is the problem. Because how it would work is the load would stay in memory. And this bug would mean that as far as Java was concerned, the memory item was still active in the heap. So it couldn't get rid of it because it was still an active item. And so you'd go back to MegaMek, and if MegaMek didn't hand over to MekHQ properly, when you go back to MekHQ, you still have this massive block in the heap, in the memory allocation heap. And it would just pollute MekHQ with this existing memory object that it couldn't get rid of. And I expect that memory block would be cleared once you go back into a new MegaMek game and everything gets wiped. But yeah, if it didn't hand off properly, you'd end up having these blocks in memory in MekHQ that are from MegaMek. Thinking about says, did you see the Doc's latest stream where he got like 40 plus infantry unit in a single scenario? I didn't, but Doc told me about that. And then Doc hit the out of memory error that I fixed today. Initialize new campaign. Come on, MegaMek. We've also got a report that sometimes transferring from Sunday to Monday takes a while. That I don't know if that's actually related. That could be related to the memory issue I fixed earlier, but if it isn't, Doc says he's going to write an issue report so I can investigate that. So let's go apply. We're just going to use the basic bitch settings. Oh, it can randomize. No, I don't want to wrestle 8 billion. Yeah, we'll stick to mercenaries. Oh, hey gang. What do you guys think about doing a pirate campaign? I know we said jihad with tanks, but what do you guys think about doing just a yo-ho, hiddly-ho, I am pirate campaign? Just wait for you guys to come back. Pirates could be fun. This little Willy wants us to do pirates. Pirates is okay too. Knight says, I assume Sunday to Monday is just checking for how many people in my campaign for pregnancy, death by heart disease. Yeah, so there's a lot of processing in the Sunday to Monday transfer, but it shouldn't be taking 30 seconds, which is what Docker is reporting. Knight says they wouldn't mind seeing pirates in action. Okay, pirates it is. Let's get us some good pirates. Actually, chat. Give me a pirate. Give us our unit name while I hit randomize a few times on what year we're starting in. 3019, that'll do. We'll start on a random hiring hall. Our starting location will be random. Let's go for random periphery. We're not going to include the deep periphery. Star Reavers. The dirty pair. I think Star Reavers has the vote so far from me while I'm having a sippity sip of my coffee. Radar says, Yah-har, fiddly dee, being a pirate is okay with me. Let's get ourselves some unit camouflage. We got a misc. Pirates. Let's go for trying to see if there's anything. Oh, let's go for trying to see if there's one that jumps out at me. We're pirates. Let's just go for black. But the different black. Let's go for this black. There we go. Okay, Star Reavers. Any other suggestions? Or are we going to go with the Star Reavers? Give me 1 second. I'm just going to step away from my computer very briefly. And I am back, and we are going to go for the Star Reavers. So let's go ahead and switch ourselves over to... There we go. It be time for the Star Reavers, me hearties. There we go. Ye old Jolly Roger. Let us hit the company Hi, Tiger. Tiger's nuzzling my hand because she wants attention. Do you want attention from the Star Reavers, honey? Well, you can't. I'm busy. Slap on GM mode. Hit the company generator. Hi, Tiger. Tiger's discovered that if she just kind of wanders over to the edge of the bed, she can harass me for pets and love. Tiger, I love you. I know you want pets and love, but I'm trying to be an evil space pirate. I don't know if you can see my mouse is going all over the joint. That's because Tiger is just bopping it. That should all be good. Let's see what we get. We don't care about this. Go away. I'm sure they're fine. Stop right there, criminal scum. As pirates, you'll be granted special raid contracts. All the rewards from these contracts were yours for the taking. If faction standings is enabled, it is. Your success will be tracked by a special faction, the Piracy Success Index. Be careful, perform poorly and the law might catch up with you. Just tell me where to point the guns. And let's have a look at our hangar. So we are looking at couple of archers, couple of chameleons, some wasps, some wolverines, tray bucket. Yeah, this'll do. This'll do. Who have we got over in our mech warrior pool? Ooh, we got Captain Olga Padlock. PSP59 says, lol, I actually saw a Twitch interview when Oblivion came out with a voice actor who delivered that line. That's fantastic. Stop right there, criminal scum. My personal favorite Oblivion line that just lives in my head rent-free is when you're going to Kvatch for the first time and the guy runs up to you and just is all just like, Daedra, have overrun Kvatch! Run while you still can! And it just the way he yells, run while you still can, just has lived rent-free in my head for the couple of decades since Oblivion came out. Raynar says, fun fact, when I was helping Hammer set up the faction availability system, the Pirate Success Index was being incorrectly flagged as a legal faction to select for availability. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, we have a heroic faction ability, Dewey. Whoops. So we have a heroic captain. Let's go ahead and give him a call sign. What do we want to call Captain Olga? We need a call sign for our pirate captain. I'm just going to hit random call sign a couple of times. Death Trap. Night Stalker. One Eye. Olga One Eye. There we go. Let's go. Next up, we have Monarch. This is one of our second in commands. What do we want to call? What do we call Wayne? I mean, obviously they got a name like Wayne. They're calling it being called Batman. Then we have Genrick Ekmichian. Let's get this is the guy who's our actual second in command. What do we want to call our second in command? We've got One Eye, we've got Batman, and we need another one. Cudgel. Okay, now we're heading into the regulars. The regulars need call signs too. Regulars are people. We got Tiva Dugan. I think Dugan. Mace. Yeah, I like the theming we've got going on here. What's Flash Fried's father's name? That was Harry. I can't remember what Flash Fried's father's call sign was though. Okay, we've got Nalia Cabiala. Hammer. Okay, there we go. Just keep them flowing and I'll keep using them. Wizard. There we go. We'll add wizard on. Could play this as Flash Fried's father's early pirate career. Yeah, we could. Unfortunately, I don't remember what Flashfight's father's called. So give me some more call signs. Lucky, I see Lucky. I see Lucky. Morningstar. We've already got Hammer. Hi, Tiger. Sledge. We've got Dirk as well, so I'll get Dirk in a second. Though if they suck, we're going to start calling them Dick. Dirk. Plank. And we need one more. Boxman, there we have it. Okay, that's given us our starting roster of call signs. We've got all our people. We've got 3.5 million C-bills in the bank. Let's go find out where the hell we are. We are over in the Marian Hegemony. Okay. So we've started up in the Marian Hegemony. Let's see if we've got any cool SPAs on our people. Well, I believe Olga One Eye is a drug dealer with their science pharmacology. Not seeing any sexy SPAs. Boo, boo. Boo, I say. Oh, well, okay, so let's go ahead and get ourselves a contract. So bland. Well, but not the curse of blandness, I'm happy to say. Let's see. Oh no, these are not good. We're oh, that's right. They're all going to be pretty low on the they're going to be really low on the estimated pay, because as pirates, we have to pay our transit. So how about we find contracts we can actually afford to get to? So we can get there. Okay, just checking. Are there any that we can't afford to go to? There are a couple, so we're just going to remove the ones that we can't actually get to. Because we're pirates, we're not taking out a loan. Ain't nobody going to let us have a loan. Oh lord, these transportation expenses are crippling. We may have to take out a loan to be able to afford to raid anybody. Like, how does that work? How do you just walk into the local? Yeah, no, we can't afford any of this shit. So we're gonna advance another month and see if we can get one that we can actually afford to go to. Yeah, could it be worse than the dropship? Hi, Tiger. Yes, I love you still. Seeker 10,000 said, One Eye lost her eye while cooking in the lab. She has chemical burns running down her face. Yeah, let's go ahead. Tiger, honey. Tiger's being, like, very... She just... Listen here, you horrible little goblin. I know by what I'm doing is just rewarding her and encouraging her bad behavior, but she just wants love. She just wants love and attention, and to knock my mouse out my hand. Tiger, are you the difficulty meter for this campaign? Like, can I run a MekHQ campaign while my hand's being constantly jostled by a dog? Lost her eye while cooking in the lab. She has chemical burns running down her face. Yeah. And I think actually there is an SPA we could get. serious disfigurement. There we go. What does it do? Decreases charisma attribute by 3. Yeah, there we go. We'll give her a serious disfigurement. That's going to give her a bunch of XP. So that brings us on to campaign options, because we're going to use the new SPA rules. So we're going to use sensible tactics, and we are going to replace edge awards with XP. Let's see if there's anything else we need to add, because a bunch of new stuff's been added. I'm just verifying. Is there anything else we need to add? Let's go for one big sector. Actually, no. Let's go to how its default is. But there should be Twist of Fate Survival. There we go. So what we're going to do, we are going to... Oh, was there not another one? Oh, there's going to be a... I don't think it's been merged yet, but we're going to pretend that it has been. There's a new... There is a new campaign option coming that will automatically give all founders a point of edge. So we're going to use that, and we're also going to go ahead and spend Olga's new XP. What is she piloting? What is Olga in? She's in a Wolverine. It's not the greatest mech. AC5s, SRMs. Let's go for... we're going to go straight for natural aptitude gunnery. And we're going to buy her a point of edge. Give her a 2 edge. There we go. Now that'll do for spending up our Ilgon gains. So we're going to advance a month and see if we can afford to raid somewhere. If we can't, we might have to go down to the local Pirates Bank and see if we can take out a loan to afford to raid people. Motherfuckers, there's people who want to leave already? We've literally formed you disloyal dick turds. Okay, well, maybe there's nice contracts. Maybe we can have a look at this. Transportation expenses, too much. Okay, we are going to have to take out a loan so we can afford to raid someone. Thank you so much for the 100 bits, Knight. Knight is evoking Clan Ghost Bear to keep things family friendly. I am not allowed to swear for another, or until quarter to the hour. Thank you so much for the bits. So yeah, let's wander around and just let's go down to our local bank. I be looking to take out a loan. And we don't. This isn't what we're looking for. Get loan. We would like. I would like a loan for 10 million sea barrels. What's the loan for, sir and/or ma'am? It for perfectly legitimate reasons. I would like to buy a house with a beach view. So we are actually going to make this annual payments. For travel, yarr, it's so I can see the world. The youngster says, yarg, to expand my business operations, yarr. Okay, so that's now giving us enough money to actually raid. So let's see what we can raid. So we've got 11 million sea bills. Now we don't want to spend them all, so some of these contracts we still can't do, but some of them we can. So really, the start of this campaign is going to be dictated by what we can actually afford to get to, which is rough. So we have two options here. We can go raid the Magicracy of Canopus, or we can beat up other pirates. I think we're going to go beat up the other pirates because they're green, and apparently we have allied pirates, I guess. So they're veteran. But yeah, let's go beat up some other pirates on Cleanwelt. Let's see what Cleanwelt's like. It is an uninhabited planet. 68% surface water, 30 degrees Celsius. Oh god, it's going to be cold as fuck. It's slightly low gravity. Yeah, we can go beat up other pirates. Let's go beat up some other pirates. 30 C's warm. I work in Fahrenheit now. Okay, so we're taking the scenic route, apparently. Yeah, okay. Seeker 10,000 says, maybe for the staff, pirate campaigns should have limits on how far out contracts can be generated. Maybe. Give me a second, just having some water as soon as I remember where I left my water. Oh, coffee. I have more coffee since then. There we go. So we've already began transit. It is 81 days out, so off we trot. Knight says, could you get there faster if you didn't avoid empty systems? Cut your costs down, matey. Unfortunately, we could not. Boss Ma'am, heads up, Boss Ma'am. The kids have declared today Boss Ma'am Labutin Day and put together a celebration just for you. They've made drawings, crafts, and even a few skits. They've been talking about it non-stop, and it's clear they really want you to know how much they appreciate you. The common area is all set up and they're ready to show off their creations. I think you'll find it pretty entertaining. Plus, it's not every day you get your own holiday, so we're going to go and celebrate Boss Ma'am Labutin's Day. Darr. So Knight 10,000 says to kind of reduce the pity contract difference. So once so as part of the contract overhaul process, we are completely rewriting how contracts are generated. So the pity contracts right now are very crude and kind of bodged together. We're going to have a better system once we do. We're going to pay to inoculate everybody because we don't want anybody to get space rabies. And I think we care about... Oh, one of our people turned 18. Happy birthday. Whatever. Nobody cares. Oh, Knight says that's what... Sorry, Seeker says that's why they're suggesting it. Yeah, I think it's something we can look into. But here is our new sector map. We are in the polar north with an average temperature of minus 10 degrees Celsius. The hydrology is coastal. That's why we have all this ocean here. The terrain is scattered peaks, and there are 0 settlements. Though if there were settlements, there'd be coastal ports. So let's begin our little drop down. So we're going to want to have Charlie Lance is going to be patrol, as always. Baker is maneuver, and Abel is frontline. So we're going to open up with a frontline Lance to create ourselves a beachhead. Okay, we have successfully made planetfall. So now we're going to bring in... Oh, that's not good. Well, we found a bug. Instead of putting the deploy text here, I accidentally just put in the resource address. Oh, that is funny. I have to have a pen around here somewhere. Oh, I do. Let me just jot this down. Deploy button. Wrong key. There we go. Whoopsie doodles. So we know what that means. We're going to deploy. So let's go ahead and... Oh, no, that's remain deploy. Interesting that we can't deploy a force to the same location as another force. Let's fix that. So it's actually remain deploy. Bear with me a second. And cannot deploy on top of an allied formation. I can see this little dinosaur themed notepad that I love is going to be little Willie says, is this the build with the balance of frontline only getting support units? Yes. So we're going to need to wait for our front line to return, and then we can go ahead and begin our patrol. There we go. Okay, we have an intercept engagement on the snowfields, it looks like. Arctic Desert, breakthrough or destroy intercepting forces. They've got 4K BV. Let's go ahead and send in Able to beat the shit out of them. Okay, that's going to take place in 3 days. Secret Man says, frontline only getting support units. Can you explain? So how frontline works now, when you deploy, you can add in leadership units and stuff like that. Only frontline formations get that power now. That's a unique thing to frontline formations. Okay, let's go begin our drop. It's daylight, clear, minus 18 degrees temperature. One map sheet, it looks like. Let's start. One of your forces have been intercepted by a large enemy contingent, cutting off their path to safety. The enemy intends to encircle and destroy your units before they can regroup. Your mission is to break through their lines and reach safety, or destroy at least 50% of their forces. We are going to destroy. We're not going to control the field, so we're just going to smash them up. Who are we raiding? We're fighting an enemy pirate group. Let's go in and give them a name. Let's give me a name for the enemy pirate faction. No honor. No honor. There we are. So we're going to call them No Honor. There we go. So we're going to fight No Honor. We won't control the field. We are just going to beat the ever-loving shit out of them. Oh no, we both got this more or less the same camo. That's awkward. One of us is going to change. But this is clearly why we're fighting them. We're fighting them specifically because they stole our camo scheme. We are going to go into MegaMek options. And we are going to have blind drop, real blind drop. We want careful stand. Oh, that's the password. Bigger button. Careful. We want quirks. We've already got quirks. What other options do we want? Oh, individual initiative. Definitely want individual initiative. Oh, double blind. Hold down and stack polling. Hold down and stack poll. Engine explosions. Abandoned vehicle. Abandoned. And vehicle crews. That should be good enough for government work. IllianiDev actually says something like that in one of the source books. Pirates hate nothing more than a feud. Feud. Jesus Christ, brain. Oh, where are the bad guys? Oh, we got blind drop on. That's where the bad guys are. Okay, looks like we've got ourselves a nice open field. We're not going to bother with mines. Fraud equals fake. Yeah, no, I'm aware. My brain's just being dumb. Okay, so it looks like we've got a shit ton of ice, which will definitely cause us problems, as well as just snow. Also, the background music isn't playing. Oh, beg your pardon. I know why. Let me just go in and remind OBS that Spotify does, in fact, exist. Give me a second. Come on, OBS. OBS is determined that Spotify doesn't exist. There we go. No, still not working. There we go. Got there in the end. Okay, so we've got one eye in the Wolverine. Hammer there. We are absolutely going to have to change our camo scheme, because I don't know about you guys, it looks like just like it's like when you're facing someone on tabletop and they've only undercoated their units. Seeker 10,000 said there was a cool camo for a pirate faction I saw that was like Starry Night. Ooh, that could be interesting. But yeah, all we've done is undercoated our mechs and then declared that anybody who also has black is an affront to us and are illegally stealing our style. Oh, actually, this is something I was going to do. Let me just go into client settings, and there should be a text option here. There we go. I had this font recommended to me, and so we're going to use it. There we are. Okay, so we're all deploying up. Rena says, well, so wait, do pirates work on the same logic as clowns? Two pirates can't have the same color scheme? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's really says the irony of pirates saying something is illegal. Arr, you be breaking the law. Gonna have to put you in the forever box. Oh, we need field of fire, please. Thank you. We don't care about visual and sensor ranges. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so what are we facing here? We've got a Jedgar, Archer, Osrock, Vulcan. Okay. We want to set this so that minimum we default to high damage. There we go. Can our large laser reach out and touch them? Yes. Okay, so we're going to start trying to pew these archers, because I really don't want the archers coming to play. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to reach it. Oh, we can reach with our AC5, which we'll happily fire. If we're lucky, we'll get an early game Clink kill. It can happen. Interesting. Why is... Give me 2 ticks. Interesting. Okay, you must have had more TNN than I realized. Either way, we are gonna cook. Now, the good thing is, because of the low ambient temperature, we can actually go over a bit more than we would normally on our heat. So for our Warhammer, we are going to fire both PPCs. Oh, PS359 says, I just looked up, the quote is "Pirates hate pretenders." Apparently, IllianiDev was raging about the Red Corsair, who was never a real pirate, just an intel hoax or false flag operation. Weren't the Red Corsairs the ones that were backed by Comstar? There we go. This is a little bit easier for me to read. Any good hits? We hit them with an AC5 and one of the large lasers. Whatever. It's a little bit says, wasn't Red Corsair the birth pangs of the Killhounds? I don't actually know. I can't say I'm super clued in on my BattleTech pirate lore. Oh, the first iteration was Katrina Stein on the run with Arthur Louvon and Morgan Kell. Huh. The second iteration is the Jade Falcon covert op. I see, I see. No, it helps for clip done. I'm just staring at the screen, waiting for it to do things. Okay, so it looks like that Jedgar is getting a little bit too close, so we are going to scare it off with some high-powered blasts. We've got 81% chance to hit on all of those, so that should cause some carnage. Meanwhile, this Osrock is coming out to play, so we're going to hit it in the face with two large lasers. Pew pew, ye hearties. Got Mace is going to turn its PPCs. Mace is going to fire his PPCs at the Jedgar. We're just going to kind of want to get the Jedgar out of our side arc. I don't know what the Jedgar's actually got. It's an ice, so it's just two SRMs and a medium laser, but that can still do damage once we start actually taking some hits. So we get it off the board early, we can bring them down. PS359 says Stackpole was writing about the third iteration on his to-do list. Yeah, did Stackpole want to do a novel or while Katrina Stein was on the run? But FASA at the time wanted to move the storyline forwards rather than looking back. I think that's how it was. Hey Aristrazi, good afternoon. Anybody who's just joining us, like Aristrazi, we were going to play Brigador, the video game, but it just wouldn't run on my computer while streaming. So we've gone ahead and booted up a throwaway pirate campaign so we can just relax. We have immobilized the Jedgar twice. 3 times. 3 times the Jedgar. Otherwise, not a lot happened. So that Jedgar is now in force withdrawal. Hopefully the crew will abandon and we can beat them up on the run. Fortunately, it doesn't look like it's cold enough to reduce our heat generator per round. That is a shame. Seeker says that he posted a camo scheme in Discord in general. Well, that's good to know. Thank you. So we're going to continue our march towards the bulk of the enemy. Well, I want to try and get in brawling range. Wizard is running a tinsy bit hot, so we're only going to move them a little bit. Oh god, turning on ice. In that case, Wizard in the Archer is going to hang back. We would see a snow bar like next to your heat bar if it was. Okay, that is good to know. I guess Wizard's going to beat the shit out of the Jedgar. Because we're not getting any salvage off this, so we might as well take away their toys. Oh, that Vulture. That Vulture is coming in for some action. So we're going to send our Ossol That is Hammer in the Ossol. There we go. The Jedgar has evacuated, which is more for them because we're pirates. We're just going to shoot their crew. Ice Capades, yes. Yes. Well, seeing as we're not getting extra cooling, we are at least going to continue shooting the shit out of them. PPCs, Vulcan or Osrock. I kind of feel like the Osrock is the bigger threat, but the Vulcan is going to go down quicker. So we are going to focus fire the Vulcan. We have 2 PPCs at pretty close range. That is a 42% chance to hit. We are going over the red line a tiny bit, but not enough that I care. Wizard at the back. It's going to fire. Just seeing what the to hit range. Yeah, okay. We're gonna the difference of between the to hits on the Vulcan and the Osrock are pretty big. So we're going to go and shoot the Osrock. I'm not too worried about the vehicle crew. I don't care that much. One Eye, yeah, we have a 95% chance to hit. It behooves us to try and take out this Osrock, but if we torso twist, we can have a look and see what our to hit modifier on the Vulcan is going to be. 81, that is just as good to me. That's Alpha Strike. One Eye, our captain, is in the Wolverine, so not a great mech, but it's running heat neutral. We're going to run quite hot in Hammer to try and get rid of the Vulcan early. Okay, PPC hit, PPC miss. Okay, the Vulcan is down to structure on their right torso. Oh, and there goes their left arm. Bye-bye. They fell over, but they remained conscious. Yeah, this font was shared on the MegaMek Discord, and I don't know about you guys watching the stream, but for me, I find this so much easier to read. Okay, Wizard is going to continue meandering forwards. Wizard is an archer and is definitely running quite hot. Hammer is going to advance menacingly towards the Vulcan. Vulcan hasn't moved yet, but so I'm praying that they stay down. They stay down and knock themselves out. Oh no, so sad. What's this? Osrock on Wolverine? Maybe we don't advance to melee range. What is the Osrock sporting? Large laser, a lot of large lasers, in fact. With that case, yeah, we're going to hold steady and just duke it out with the Osrock. Mace and the Warhammer is going to move around to flank. So we're going to put Mace into melee range and try and kick the Osrock to the ground. Radar says that's the triple large laser model. Good to know. We have to be careful because they do still have an archer in the back lines. Can't call weapon shit. Very good to know. Yeah, so the enemy pirate captain just passed the fuck out. Sucks to suck. Because again, we're not getting any salvage from this scenario. We don't care about mercy. We only care about that sweet, sweet, glorious sea bills. Okay, we're going to have a bit of a cooling round with Wizard, and by cooling round, we're only going to fire our 2 medium lasers instead of our LRMs. So it's still going to run hot, but we're going to bring that meter down a little bit. We don't care about cooling our shots. Get more sea bills and prisoners? True, true. Oh, no TMM. Sucks to suck. I will happily take those 100% chances to hit, and I will shoot you with them. Okay, so now we're moving on to our Mace and the Warhammer. We're actually going to fire over the head of the Osrock to try and deal some damage on its archer in the back lines. Radar says, prisoners being so profitable is why I currently have a 700 prisoner cap. That's a lot of prisoners. Prisoners used to be even more profitable. They used to be incredibly profitable. Oh, their Ostrock has fallen over right at the feet of Mace. So they now have 2 units right on the floor in perfect stomping range. So we're going to make, like, Robo-Jocks, and we're going to insert our foot into their cockpit. Crunchity, crunchity! So the enemy Ostrock is 3 armor left in the right leg, but the Vulcan has taken a crit to the upper right leg and the upper right hip. That Vulcan is not getting up anymore. In Pirates, you're constantly trying to capture prisoners, and every enemy you kill is a net loss. That is a fair point. We're going to stay crunching the Vulcan. With the Ostrock on the ground, One Eye in her Wolverine is advancing. Mace is going to stay put, and we're just going to basically see if we can keep the Ostrock on the ground. Which we didn't need to, because the Ostrock knocked itself out. Play the womp 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 theme, because womp womp. Oh, X-Pirates is in XCOM mod. Oh yeah, no, right, you did talk about it before, I remember now. So they've got a Vulcan and an Archer still in the back line, so we can't declare victory yet. But now what we can do is start pouring down some fire. They have had a really rough line with their consciousness rolls. Radar says, remember kids, when operating a BattleMech, wear your fucking seatbelt. So our next priority is going to be the Archer in the backline. Though I think if we crunch the Vulcan and the Ostrock, we do break them. Viceman says, bonus Scrotus Scream? No, we are doing a throwaway pirate campaign because I needed a day off. We were going to play Brigador, but my computer just couldn't handle streaming Brigador and, well, streaming Brigador. So we scrapped that and decided to just do a throwaway pirate campaign. Let's have Wizard at the back throw some LRMs over at the enemy Archer. Wizard has, we got some really, really good pilots in our starting lineup, honestly. For anybody just joining, we are running a throwaway pirate campaign just to kind of have a bit of a chill time today. We will be back to our usual scheduling programming tomorrow. Seeker said Brigadored my computer. It absolutely did. That was not kind. Oh, the enemy Archer has fallen over under the weight of our barrage. Speaking of the weight of our barrage, we are not getting salvage, so they're not getting salvage. Oh, there is an engine crit. That won't buff out. There is a second engine crit. So both the Vulcan and the Ostrock now have engine crits and unconscious pilots. We are looking at... Okay, we do still need to kind of push them a little harder, because this is a 50% scenario. We need to take out 50% of them. We are going to stay where we are with Mace, One Eye, and Hammer, just to kind of finish crunching through the armor on these immobile. Wizard is going to continue their slow advance. Looks like the enemy second Vulcan is coming out to play A. Not entirely sure what their archer's doing, but we're going to punish them for it. Looks like their archer might... Not entirely sure what happened there, if I'm being perfectly honest. But whatever. Not my mech, not my problem, as Tekken likes to say. Okay, got the Vulcan right in front of us, and we have the archer who decided to show its back to us. So we are going to put 2 PPCs in its back. Thank you kindly. We'll follow that with a AC5. We've got a couple of weapons we still have to fire, so we're going to go ahead and fire them into this Wolverine. Sorry, not Wolverine, this Vulcan that's right on our door. Speaking of the Vulcan, let's introduce it to 2 large lasers. We're already 10 over, so I don't want to go any hotter than that. Wizard could fling some LRMs, but we're running very, very hot, so we're actually going to just shoot the Vulcan with 2 medium lasers. Yo-ho, hiddly-ho. Now it's your turn to go. Ooh, PPC internals to the center torso. If that archer's not careful, that archer is going to have an ammo explosion. So for Mace, we're actually going to kick the Vulcan to try and bring that onto the ground. Got a pretty good chance. One Eye, however, is going to continue playing football with the Whammer. Not the Whammer, the Osrock. While Hammer is going to play football with the fallen Vulcan. I don't think either the Osrock or the Vulcan, no, they definitely won't last that longer. Center torso destroyed on the Vulcan. And it looks like the Osrock has just taken a crap ton of damage. Internals on the right shoulder. Yeah. Okay, we need to take out 6.24% of the Op 4, and then we win the scenario. So really, if we kill this Osrock, we've won. Especially as they have just failed their 3rd consciousness check with their Vulcan, which brings them to 3 consciousness checks failed this match on the first time the enemy decided to stand, which is not ideal for them. For us, oh god, that's not what we want to do. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Actually, we don't need to move. We can stay here. Not if we're going to have to turn on ice. Let's just say skip movement. Man, that Vulcan tried standing up so many times. I do want to try and bring down this archer, though, because that is the one mech that can still do us a menace. Then we will throw in our medium lasers and SRM6 on the fallen Vulcan. Do I have careful stand on? I do have careful stand on, yes. Yeah, this scenario is well and truly over at this point. But there's nothing more piratical about putting the boot on their throat. And if anybody's wanting to know why we're fighting pirates, it's because they stole our color scheme. And so we have a vendetta. Ooh, that is a nasty internals from the archer. And the archer is on its ass. If we can crunch either the Osrock or the Vulcan, that should be sufficient to allow us to just break through. Damn it, still not yet, though we did manage to kick the arm off of the Vulcan. How are these mechs still alive? It doesn't matter because we won. Yay! Now, because we don't have skip remaining turns, we do need to go through this, so we are just going to skip movement. Not shooting them enough. I mean, that is true. But also, they're unconscious at my feet. I don't need to shoot them. Oh my god, the archer blacked out as well. Their entire lance fell over and then immediately blacked themselves out. That is rough. We are going to not aim. We are going to try and piss off. I don't know quite what we'll be able to... Oh, I hate the aim dialogue so much. Piss off. I am not aiming at the head. I said don't aim. PS359 says, just goes to show you they don't have the stones to be real pirates. Ain't that true? It is a mad rush to see who can get kills. Let's get the AC5 on the archer. I would be perfectly happy to kill all of their mechs. An 81% chance to hit when aiming at the head. I mean, it'd be rude not to. A 100% chance to hit the head? Again, rude not to. Okay, there is the archer has been killed by hammer. The Vulcan is still standing. Gross. That gives us one melee round to try and secure the kill XP. They're still not dead, and the scenario is over. We weren't able to get the kill XP, though there isn't much of them left. Oh hey! The enemy Vulcan pilot woke up just long enough to see us walk away. We do not control the field, sadly. But we are basically undamaged, with 2 kills, both going to hammer. And that is definitely a decisive victory. Seeking Advance says, I'm kind of surprised that MegaMek includes the printed map sheets. I don't see a problem with it, because we're just recreating it in a different format. And we stick to a moratorium. That part is important, I think. Okay, so let's wait for our patrols to return. Our objectives are to just find the baddies. Oh, fantastic news, go away. Or at least none of our disloyal assholes want to leave us. Okay, I've received a direct transmission for someone identifying themselves as Senpai. It's an offer of service, straightforward and professional, with security breaches or unusual activity involved. Boss man, shall I patch them through? Let's see. Let's see what Senpai would bring to the board. Look, I'm not going to waste your time, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't waste mine. Rude, but okay. They are a veteran pilot. They got 2 connections. They're reliable. Doesn't take a slice, takes the whole damn pie, brushes off anything that doesn't serve an immediate purpose. Then senpai. Yeah, you know what? Welcome to the team. It's going to cost us 5 support points. Oh, we don't have enough support points, but fine, whatever. Welcome to the team, senpai. Get ourselves a free veteran mech warrior. Oh, a meeting engagement. Let us... neither side chose to ground. 2 forces on the move have blunted into each other, and now it's a straight fight with no prepared positions and no advantage for what you make on the fly. There's a test of reaction, and maneuver both columns arrive at the same time from opposite approaches. Basically, you just kill them all. We need to kill 30%. Let us send in... Baker Lance. Baker Lance hasn't had a chance to get involved. Daylight, calm, clear, heavy fog, no thank you. Moderate snowfall, no thank you. Light snowfall, fine, whatever. Oh, we got a relief column as well. An allied detachment has been cut off and pinned down, and they will not last long without help. You're the relief column. Push across the field, break the enemy's grip on our people, and keep enough of them alive to matter. I don't give a shit about that. Other pirates operating in the area, we don't give 2 fucks. Go on, piss off, get out of our hunting ground. Still got a couple of days until the meeting engagement. Nice to know that they pre-schedule these things. Victor retains battlefield control. Let's send in recovery operations. Anybody good that we don't care about? We don't care about you, don't care about you. Why doesn't our trebuchet have a pilot? Oh my god, someone went on maternity leave. Who has maternity leave in a pirate operation? Okay, so we need to reset the deployment and then crew the tree bucket, which apparently I accidentally forgot that didn't have a pilot. And we'll send in Senpai, who apparently is an elite pilot. Very nice. And then we should be able to go back to the briefing room and deploy Baker Lance. There we go. Okay, let's see what we're fighting. There's my mini-map. Come back, mini-map. There we go. Oh, it looks like we caught a cool mountain, a frozen mountain river, and got a bit of a mountain. Oh no, it's depression here, so it's the kind of the ground's decreasing into the river. Interesting. I think we're going to advance towards the river on this right flank here. Crater, yeah, crater, there we go. Probably some Star League shenanigans from back in the day when they were blasting entire planets to smithereens with ships from orbit. Instead of like us, where we actually go down onto the planet and beat the shit out of them and smash them to smithereens. Not from orbit. It's different. Age of War, yeah. Can we see what they're fielding? Vulcan, Sentinel, and a Stinger. Okay. Well, I guess we advance over and see if they actually can do anything, because I think most of them are going to be stuck behind that river there, so we might actually be able to just charge forward and shoot the shit out of them from range. We don't exactly have a lot of jump jets, I don't think. Because we've got Sledge and Archer, we've got is that another Wolverine? Yeah, Sledge and a Hermes. Senpai is in the tree bucket, of course. Oh, it looks like they got the 4th Lance member coming in from the northwest. What are they bringing? A Shadowhawk, okay. Not too worried. We are not going to be able to hit them from this range, so I'm not going to bother. Now, the objective here is just to take out 33%. Looks like this round we're going to get a little bit of Daka time. But they're still stuck on the north of that river, so I'm not too worried. I think what we're going to probably do is wait for the Shadowhawk ally to arrive and then shred them. Looks like the Stinger wants to come and play. More than happy to swap the Bobbers and fly. Yeah, that Sentinel isn't going to be able to do much. Stinger has jumped, so we're probably not going to be able to hit it. Have I started watching the series I recommended? Stream or two ago? Not yet, because I really haven't had time. The one about attrition and kill levels. No, I haven't had a chance to yet, though I do want to. I haven't forgot about it, I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I've been incredibly busy, like even more so than normal. Oh, hey, at least Sledge has a flame on their Hermes, so they can commit war crimes whenever we get any enemy infantry. Yeah, this Stinger is about to have a very bad day. Hey, Psychanic, glad you could join us. We're having a day off from programming today just to kind of enjoy the fruits of our labors, and we're just having a throwaway pirate campaign today. Okay, looks like the Stinger's already down to internals after the first shot from around 15 from Senpai. Senpai already earning their keep. So, PS359 says, one thing I don't get, how does the game calculate how much booty we get after finishing a pirate contract? So, it's abstract. Now keep in mind that the way the pirate contracts work is as per campaign operations, more or less. So the intention is that your accumulated loot is the contract pay you get at the end. But instead of being paid by an employer, that's the loot instead. But the majority of what you're living off as a pirate is going to be your salvage. I will say, where the hell were all of the amazing pilots we got for this campaign when it comes to the Secretorious Bastards? We've got elites, we've got heroics, we've got a free elite character for support points. Whereas over in the Secretorious Bastards, we have nothing. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see if we can't make this. Oh, I see we've got little snowflakes. We're actually going to get some extra cooling from this. My goal here is to take the Stinger off the board, not because the Stinger is a threat, but because we only need to take out 33% of them. And I am perfectly happy to break them early. And so far, none of their mechs particularly excite me. Ooh, the Shadowhawk is in the perfect. Run a little bit hot and Batman in their Archer. So, any beautiful red, come on, sexy red, there we go. No more right leg privileges on the enemy Stinger. Down to 2 internal structure on their center torso. That Stinger is paced. Weissman says piracy pays. It certainly does. So now we're just going to insert our footy foots into their center torso and say goodbye, enemy Stinger. Looks like we didn't take out the center torso. Oh, no, we did, and then it stack bowled. Oh, no! The Stinger exploded. Well, there's the crater where the Stinger remained. Stinger once was. The Stinger is no longer there. The Stinger is stung. Meanwhile, the rest of their lance is like, oh, you killed the Stinger, as if that impresses us. Gotta hit an ATM. Oh, hey, we got a flood warning. That's probably fine. Gotta hit an arm. We're going to send Wolverine to kind of try and flank them a little bit. What we're trying to do is box them in. Batman is running very hot, but they've got a perfect view into the enemy Shadowhawk's rear, so we are going to take advantage of that. Speaking of, we're not going to move Senpai, because Senpai also has a perfect shot into the enemy Shadowhawk's rear. Stinger got pulled. Certainly did. This Falcon here is going to get the bulk of our ire. Flame on. Okay, this is where we make this Shadowhawk opponent wish they hadn't put themselves where they did, which was a very silly position for them to put themselves in, honestly. Oh, we're going 17 over. That's maybe a little bit too much over. Senpai in the Thunderbolt is putting all 3 medium lasers into the rear of the enemy Shadowhawk. Let's see if we get some nice sexy damage. Lots of misses. Morningstar's taking some fire. Oh, enemy Shadowhawk is down to internals in their center torso rear. It's time to kick the Clint. Also going to kick Senpai, not kick Senpai, have Senpai kick the enemy Shadowhawk. 100%, yes please. Oh, Sledge has fallen over. But so is the enemy Clint. Enemy Shadowhawk managed to stay standing for now. the Sentinel is still at the back, desperately attempting to contribute. We're going to have Morningstar jump up and head behind the enemy Clint. The enemy Shadowhawk's still there. We will use Careful Stand. We need to be careful not to show our back too badly to the enemy Sentinel, lest it attempts to contribute to the war effort. Batman is running hot. Senpai, I feel, is in a good position because Senpai is forcing the enemy Shadowhawk to move. Okay, that works. Okay, Alpha strike into the rear of the Clint. Senpai is going to attempt to knock the Vulcan over. Our goal here is to do enough damage that the Vulcan falls in its ass, so we don't have to worry about the melee attacks. So despite the fact that Batman has a Shadowhawk behind us, we are going to... no, we will Torso Twist so we can still punch. And then we're going to throw our LRM 20s. It's pretty close. We're not going to hit much with those. Let's just shoot with the right arm then. I actually want the left arm, not the right arm. Actually, let's just skip firing for Batman, so we can use both fists to punch the Shadowhawk. Senpai, on the other hand, is the one in danger, and is going to respond to that danger by 3 medium lasers right into the face of the hostile Vulcan. And we're going to yell down the comms, get a better fucking mech. It's like a whole lot of misses. Enemy Vulcan is down to internals, broken shoulder, broken lower arm. Enemy Vulcan did not go down. Sad times. I guess they just need a little bit of help, so why don't we give them a bit of a nudge? Oh, Wolverine has broken the hip and upper left leg on the enemy Clint. That asshole is falling on his ass. We managed to punch a hole in the left arm of the Shadowhawk. The Clint has gone down. That's what you deserve. That's what you get for stealing our color scheme, asshole. We are still on the opening bout, so still need to do a little bit more damage to them. Okay, it's time to start backing up a little bit. Because we're now very much in the brawl. Looks like this Clint has gone unconscious. Now, we have a bit of a gamble here. I think Morningstar is going to remain where they are. We're going to try and take out the Clint's head, because I wouldn't mind securing the Clint. I'm going to send Batman in to assist Sledge with the Shadowhawk. Senpai, on the other hand, we're probably going to move forward depending on how this works out. Because we've got Morningstar's pretty much isolated on their own. And that's not ideal. The brawl is still early on, that it's not anything to worry about. Ooh, Secret Advisor says charge him off the cliff. That would have been an idea, yeah. Yeah. If they linger, next turn we might do exactly that. But as it is, we're going to fire our LRMs. Bang bang. Sledgehammer. What are we looking at here? 3%, 17%. Sledgehammer will be better served torso twisting and throwing some fire down at the Shadowhawk to try and reduce its chance of getting any melee action in. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Now, the good thing is, because of the temperature of the map, we can Alpha Strike as much as we want. Okay, over on Morningstar, on the other hand, we are going to attempt to decapitate the enemy Clint. Batman is going to fire both medium lasers into the Shadowhawk, and then we're going to go in for some kicks later. Okay, Tree Bucket. Shadowhawk's taking a crit to the hip and foot. And down it falls. No melee attacks for you, Mr. Shadowhawk. Unfortunately, the enemy Clint is still standing, and we don't really have much of an option, though we can punch. I'm going to punch the enemy Vulcan, and we're going to kick the Shadowhawk. Stay down, asshole. The punch hit the Vulcan in the face. They did, unfortunately, however, remain conscious. Morningstar stayed standing despite the kick from the hostile Vulcan. Okay, 1.18%, and then we have one scenario. Sledge is going to move in to try and support Morningstar. And we're going to leave Batman to handle the down Shadowhawk and... Oh, they got back up. Never mind. Okay, so we're going to do exactly what you suggested. Actually, can we just push? Is push an option? I could have swore push was an option. Maybe if I right click. Guess not. Charge it is. Try and displace it off the edge of the cliff. Mostly because it'd be funny. They are prone, so I think our charge is going to fail. Whoopsie doodles. I like where Morningstar is right now. Push is an option if you have lower arm actuators and didn't fire the armed weapons. Okie dokie. Unfortunately, they fell over anyway, so I think our charge is going to fail. We're going to continue attempting to decapitate the enemy Clint, because we can, and we're going to get salvage out of this, and we want salvage. Salvage is hot. Salvage is sexy. It happens during the melee phase. Okie dokie. Every day is a school day. Oh, medium laser to the enemy Shadowhawk's head. We like to see it. PSV59 says, hot and sexy single salvage in your area. Click the link now. Oh, down to 2 internal structure on the head. Okay, it doesn't look like we get any kicks, any action in from Sledge. And I don't really want to put our foot through the Clint if I can avoid it. We are, however, going to kick the prone Shadowhawk a couple of times. Oh! apparently we have playtest rules on? Huh. That wasn't intentional, but oh well. That looks all good. I feel like the Shadowhawk's going to punch out, so we're going to let it. We have broken them. It is victory time. Now we are going to continue playing out the round. There goes the Shadowhawk ejecting. We're going to have Batman just wander over, so we might be able to take the Vulcan out, get a bit of free salvage. We won't keep the Vulcan, but we will absolutely sell the Vulcan. Hmm, 17% chance. Let's torso twist and plink at the Vulcan. Which Vulcan is it? It is the 2T. It is not the good Vulcan. I really, really like the Thunderbolt 5N, actually. I don't think I've ever used the Thunderbolt 5N before, but I'm really, really liking the 3 medium lasers and the LRM-15s. Vulcan's taking internals, but not enough to bring it to the floor. No glorious melee. And that brings us to an end. Trebuchet 5N, yes, sorry, beg your pardon, yes, the Tree Bucket 5N. And that secures another victory for the Star Reavers. And we control the field. A little bit of damage, but nothing to worry about. Oh, it looks like we took some pilot hits. Don't like that. We did, however, capture a Clint. A motorized platoon I didn't even know was there, and the Shadowhawk. Yeah, apparently we captured an entire foot platoon that nobody knew existed. Don't know where they were, but we got them now. Radar says the Tree Bucket 5N is solid, able to fire LRM, fire pretty solid, and enabled to swap to medium lasers and CQC. Yeah, no, that's what I'm discovering. So I want that Shadowhawk. I want the Clint. And I don't care about the infantry. We're going to sell the infantry. So look at what Clint is it? 85 to mediums. Yeah, that's all right. That'll do. Secret Empire says a group of slaves the enemy were moving. Yeah, maybe. Wait a second. Helps if I click salvage. Okay, back to action. Let's have a look at our infirmary. How people, left shoulder fracture, right arm shoulder compound. Oh, that prisoner got fucked up. Why was the Klimp using precision ammo? I don't think it should have been, honestly. I think that might be a bug, but whatever. Speaking of, let's give them real ammo. Yeah, so we do not have the playtest rules on, and it incorrectly got given the playtest ammo. Yeah, no, it's a bug because it shouldn't have been able to get the playtest ammo, but it's a bug that will only exist for as long as playtest is in, which isn't going to be much longer. Basically, as soon as we have the new core rules, we'll be putting it into MegaMek. So let's advance to a new day. We're not going to bother with the relief column. We do not care. Oh, we got a breakout. Oh no, this is the scenario that has a million infantry. Oh no, it's not. It's a different one. So an enemy has closed a ring around position and is tightening it. Okay. That sounds like a job for Able Lance. Oh, I tell you what though, I need to go into MekHQ client options and get rid of these because otherwise I am going to not get the nags I want. Okay, rescue the downed. We have a allied pilot that we don't care about, so we're going to ignore that. Okay, let's take a look at the breakout. So the enemy's attempting to encircle us, and we are going to make them regret that. We don't want a strong gale, though. That sounds sucky. Calm, that'll do. We need to get 50% of our lads to the northern edge. In that case, we are going to flip over. Oh, can't do Charlie Lance, unfortunately. So I guess we do have to use Baker, Able even. Enemy always retains battlefield control. So our objective here is to break through to the north, which is going to be really, really hard when we have a Wolverine, an Osso, and a Warhammer and an Archer, but we're going to try. Oh my lord! The hell is this? Oh my god, this is going to be obnoxious. I hate this planet. Knight says that's ice. Lots and lots of ice. It certainly is. It certainly is. Okie dokie. Oh god. Is there even a route to the north? Got a couple of submerged bridges. Oh my lord. This is going to suck. So hard. We're just basically going to have to ford the river here and hope for the best. And remember, kids, turning on ice is a PS. Oh. Seeker says ice, ice, vanilla ice. Yeah. Fucking. I hate this planet. This planet sucks. How many of the mechs jump? Not enough. I think the Wolverine jumps. Knight says, looks like you're in the defense position. Do you need to cross? Yes, because the mission objective is I need to evacuate. This scenario doesn't have a or kill X number of dudes. The objective is I have to get off the northern edge. We are going to double check that it is in fact the northern edge. Oh, okay. You can break out of any direction. However, if you choose to go this route, MekHQ will incorrectly flag you as having failed the scenario. This can be manually corrected. Okay, so we don't have to go to the north. We can just walk off the east, which is what we're going to do. Nice says breakout. I don't think I've seen one of those. Yeah, it's one of the new scenarios. Yeah, the 51.01 brings with it 26 new scenarios, which are currently, most of them are very buggy right now, because our scenario code is pretty damn rough. We're not too fussed about fighting. What I'm probably going to do is change the scenario so that you can go, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to restart, and I'm going to go in later and change the scenario's objective so that rather than any edge, which doesn't really work, what's that, break out, change to north or south, not any edge. There we go. Because otherwise, all this turns into is just going to west or east and being able to break out in a single round. At least this scenario is marginally better. Okay, so we are going to break out to the north, I think. Yeah, we're going to go to the north. So basically what happened here is we were caught with our pants down trying to cross the frozen river. Okay, rather than sprinting with mace, we're going to move forwards and we're going to kick this enemy fire starter to try and bring it down quickly. Because it's on ice, so my thinking is if I can bring it onto the ground, maybe it'll fail to stand up. Because none of our units here are particularly fast. So we're really going to need to kind of fight our way out. And the enemy forces in the south are giving us a kind of like a time limit. We definitely don't want to get caught between both. That will end poorly for us. So we're pouring our fire into this dervish just because we've got a decent to hit modifiers for most people. And I'm more concerned about using kicks on the fire starter. Don't know that our LRM-20 will be able to do much. Oh, maybe it can, maybe it can. Well, in that case, we'll throw some more fire down on the fire starter. Whoa! Judging from that health bar, the dervish got really fucking hammered. Yeah, no, it didn't take any crits. It just took a lot of hits. Stayed standing though. Props to prop. Meanwhile, the Firestarter is about to get kicked by a Whammer. Only a 58% chance. This could go badly if we fall. We did not fall, and they have lost their hip and heatsink privileges. Never mind, they fell and crunched their right leg. Here's 359 says, hearing Firestarter in that UK accent is now causing the Prodigy song to pop in my head. I'm the Firestarter, twisted Firestarter. I'm the one you hated, coffee decaffeinated. Or however the song goes. So we kicked the Firestarter in the right leg, and as it fell, it twisted its right leg and just snapped it off at the knee. So that Firestarter is effectively out of the fight. But this is all well and good. We still have to get off the board, and we have just a reinforced lance of lights and mediums that are coming in our direction. So we're going to try and get out of dodge. We're not interested... PS359 said you made it worse. What we're not interested in doing... Oh, that's not ideal. We do not want that Wolverine there. So Odin is going to have to go to try and reinforce Hammer. But yeah, what I was going to say is we're not really interested in killing the Op 4 here, because we're not going to get any salvage. We are just trying to bring them down as quickly as possible to kind of avoid them pursuing us. PS359 says, now wondering where in the UK that vocalist hailed from. I believe it's a London accent, if I'm honest. So we're actually going to shoot this Panther with Mace, because the Panther has a single PPC which can do a lot of damage to us, but our twin PPCs will, if we get some good hits, will be enough to kill it. Wizard is running a bit hot, but he's going to cast Fireball via the medium of a single block of LRM20s. Okay, the hostile Wolverine has been brought down. Let's see here. Yep, we blew out its foot and one of its heat sinks. Wait, hang a second. No, Mace lost its foot and a heat sink. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. We need that for kicking. Mace has fallen over on his right side. That is not ideal. Now we need to try and get Mace out of trouble. No melees. So what we're going to need to do now is to swing around towards the right to try and get Mace out of trouble. Because Mace is in a really bad position right now. Unfortunately, that does mean that Wizard needs to turn on ice. 7+, let's hope for the best. It looks like Wizard made it. Needing to pivot is not great considering the terrain we're on. And remember, again, we're not getting any salvage from this, so it very much is a case of just trying to make the most of the bad situation. So we're going to try and get Mace to stand up with careful stand. It is a 4+, we should make it. Looks like we do. Because there may be no honor among thieves, but there is absolutely a desire to keep a Warhammer. The dervish on the hill needs to be taken down quickly, but it's got a really high TMM, and we're not in a great position to do that. My concern is that one eye is going to get kicked in the back of the head. So generally, you'd think that the Wolverine should be the target here, but because that dervish is right on the hill behind one eye, we need to take it down, and we need to take it down now. So we are actually going to run quite hot just to try and make that happen. Now, the hostile Wolverine is basically a point-blank range for an Alpha Strike. And Mace is going to try and snipe the Dervish off the hill with 2 PPCs. 58% chance to hit on each. Okay, here comes big damage. Oh, no! Oh, no, okay, this is bad. So, Mace is taking crits, so is the dervish, the center torso, but Mace has taken a shot to the head and blacked out. His mech has tumbled to the ground, destroying the upper left leg. Oh, this is bad. This is very, very bad. Because now we're in a really bad situation where if we leave the scenario, because we won't control the field, there's a decent chance that we're going to lose Mace and the Warhammer. So this is turning from a we need to just walk off the edge to a we need to secure the field. It's, at least sufficiently long enough so that Mace wakes up and we can walk him off. Okay, Hammer has taken... PSP59 says, I guess if you lose a pilot so before they get executed for piracy, I don't actually think we track that, I don't think. Oh no! One Eye has lost their SRM 6-pack. But the enemy Wolverine is on the floor again. Okay, we most assuredly want old One Eye out of here. We are going to jump One Eye over to support Mace. So what we're doing is we're making sure that anybody who tries to execute Mace through melee is going to have to deal with One Eye. However, the enemy recon force is not far away. So Wizard is just going to turn in position, bring the big guns to bear. Hammer is going to stay at the back and execute the hostile Wolverine. The Dervish is probably going to jump down. Okay, the Dervish has jumped. Oh god, they are ganging up on One Eye. This is about to go horribly wrong. We were winning so well, and now we're about to start losing. And we're about to start losing hard. Okay, how do we want to do this? We don't want to shoot the immobile. We are going to torso twist. And we are going to try and shoot up this Dervish. It's already taken a good bit of damage. We're going to try and crit seek. But that's the best we can do here. We're unconscious, so we can't do jack shit. We've got 2 stingers in the south that are absolutely fresh as daisies. What do we do here? Let's bring out our LRM-20s. And let's try and get rid of this Dervish. This Dervish is going to do us a lot of menace. We've only got a 17% chance to hit. 48 on the fire starter. We're gonna try and kill this fire starter. It's back on its feet now, so even though ideally we'd take up the Dervish this round. Oh no, never mind, the fire starter's on its feet. Big one. I thought it was. But yeah, the Dervish is the priority, but it's got such high TMM can't really prosecute it. So we're trying to take out the Panther again. Oh no! Mace's Warhammer has gone up in flames as the SRM 6-pack explodes for 180 damage. Mace themselves is going flying through the air. Looks like the enemy Wolverine pilot is unconscious, but that's not particularly helpful right now. I'm going to try some punching. I would like to get both punches in. So we're actually going to punch the Panther. No? Okay. We'll punch the Dervish. We can't punch with both fists. We might as well punch with one fist. This Wolverine is absolutely getting a kick up the ass, though. Okay, we punched the Wolverine. Interesting. The Wolverine missed a kick. Sorry, the Dervish missed a kick, causing it to fall on its ass. Fun times. The Wolverine looks like it just got hit somewhere uninspiring. Okay, what is the play here? Wizard is coming in to support One Eye. One Eye is going to be attempting to pick up Mace so we can carry them off the field. Hammer is in a good position still. Having that Dervish on the ground is very helpful. Seeker Fan says, can you pick up your unconscious pilot and get them off the field? That is exactly what we're going to be doing. Oh, that Dervish is having a rough time trying to stand and is now in forced withdrawal. Okay, the Panther is going to be target number 1, just for the reason that it is right within melee range of Mace, and we don't want to have any more issues. The Dervish is in forced withdrawal, so we're not too fussed about them. Gonna pour some more fire into this Panther. Looks like Wizard is getting some attention from a pair of stingers that I do not like the look of. Oh, I accidentally clicked skip fire on Mace. That's not what we wanted to do. This is not ideal at all. Nice as overskipping is painful. So many times I wish there was an undo button. Yeah. Oh, we managed to... Hammer delivers a foot straight into the back of the Wolverine, critting out the engine. Interesting that the Panther got kicked, but I'm not seeing a check made to not fall over. It's got hit in the right arm. Kick, right arm. Huh. That's weird, but whatever. Oh, it's because they're prone. Silly, silly me. We already knocked them over in the shooty phase. Okay, so we have now picked them up, I believe. Yeah, they've been picked up. So now we can resume just trying to leg it off the field. Though now that the other lance has caught up to us, we are in a bit of a spot of trouble. Okay, that looks like the hostile Wolverine very briefly woke up. Damn it, those stingers are already making themselves a menace. Now, the good thing is we can jump with one eye and immediately extract ourselves. And we're going to do that and land ourselves here, the goal being to kick one of the stingers down to the ground. Knight said, I'm thinking if they got kicked in the arm, they must already be down. Yeah, it was just me being very stupid. Okay, so really, we want to be taking out these stingers. Because if we don't take out these stingers, they're just going to be harassing us the entire time we try and withdraw off the field. And the good thing is, we can. Oh, that's gonna be too much Daka. But what I was going to say is, if we are in a good position, we can actually kill these stingers pretty quickly. There we go. Nothing particularly exciting, but nothing particularly exciting is I'm okay with that. Because I think at this point, exciting would be us exploding. So One Eye is going to attempt to kick the leg off this stinger. I don't think Wizard has anything that they can do. Oh no! Wizard got kicked over! Wizard fell on their ass! What happened to One Eye? One Eye missed a kick? Oh my lord! It is going sideways. Oh no, now they're all ganging up on Wizard. That probably wasn't the best move. I probably should have just headed north. We now need to try and save Wizard. Oh god, it's the conga line of death over here. We absolutely want to use Careful Stand. We don't want to be falling on our ass at this point. A 6+. Oh, we made it. I'm not entirely sure what the Scorpion's doing. Okay. What is our play here? We got a fresh Wolverine, we got both stingers. Let's try and get rid of this stinger. 2 large lasers. One Eye will torso twist and try to take out this stinger. Let's get some fire down on this stinger, I think. That's the stinger we're probably going to kick. Wizard is going to try and take out the stinger that is behind One Eye. Okay, lots of people taking a lot of damage. Let's see what the report shows. Okay, we're smashing up one of the stingers. Nobody is on the ground, though, as we can see. Okay, time for One Eye to try and kick this stinger. Wizard is going to try and kick the same stinger. Be very happy if we take off both its legs. Oh, no! Okay, we successfully kicked the leg off of the enemy stinger. But we fell over. Wizard fell back over again. Wizard is having a terrible time. They need to cast a spell to give themselves some balance. Commissar John says, hello, hope this venture has been profitable. That is a good question. Has this venture been profitable? Well, we're about to lose half our lands. For anybody who is just joining us, we are having a bit of a break today, so we are doing a one-off pirate campaign today. Okay, so we are jumping One Eye. The intention here is to put One Eye between Wizard and Hammer to try and give them a bit of defense. Hammer is actually in a pretty good position, though we will adjust slightly. If you are enjoying what you see today and you haven't already, please consider hitting the follow button so you'll be notified of when we go live. We go live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today is a bit of a special stream because I didn't want to. If you are having a spectacularly good time and you want to support the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button or dropping a tip in the tip jar. Never feel like you need to, but it's always nice if you do. And all proceeds are going directly towards getting me a new computer so I can stream bigger and better things. Knight says Wizard needs to stop drinking before battles, and PS359 says profit is irrelevant. These faker pirates ripped off our camo scheme. They must pay. Absolutely. Absolutely. The sting is ejected. So we've got the hostile Wolverine is right there, and Stinger is behind Hammer. We can pour some fire down from pretty much everybody onto the Wolverine. However, only Wizard is going to have a good shot at the Stinger. So we're going to hit the Stinger with both medium lasers, as well as going a little bit hot to try and execute the Stinger. Damn it, these are in our torso, we can't. Never mind then. Medium lasers it is. Commissar John says, that explains why I barely can identify enemy mechs. Yeah, right? I'm having a hard time too, to be honest. There we go. The Wolverine's fresh, so this is going to be tough, but we can certainly try. We are running very, very hot on basically everything, and the temperature's not quite cool enough that we can get some extra cooling. So we're just going to hope to just kill this Wolverine quickly. Okay, nothing of great excitement. PS359 says, in fact, I'm not sure we can even accept any of their pilots into our ranks, maybe after some kind of ritual hazing. Okay, we're having to punch the Wolverine. Which might not do much on account of his adamantine skeleton, but we can certainly try. Lots of punching happening this round. Okay, let's see if anything good happened. The answer is... So everybody's standing upright. So at this point, we can start moving ourselves to the edge of the map. and then positioning ourselves to be able to retreat off next round, which is ultimately our goal here. My concern is that Wizard with a gun is just a really, really slow mech. But the thing is, we do only need to get ourselves off with 2 of our units, and then we'd be sufficient. Damn it, I thought that Stinger had already moved. The hostile fire starter has finally decided to eject. Okay, this Stinger needs to die. Uh, 20 over is incredibly hot. We're just going to risk it in an attempt to kill the Stinger. We can walk off next round, but if we can kill this Stinger, we are in a much stronger position to avoid losing Wizard. So we are absolutely going to risk it for a biscuit. Speaking of risking it, let's fire off some LRMs. No, not LRMs. Medium lasers, I guess it is. Stinger's down to structure, but nothing is still standing. These Stingers are taking a lot of beating for being Stingers. Oh no! Wizard's prone again! My god, Wizard is losing his grog privileges. Okay, Wizard is going to have to spend a round on their own because we are evacuating. And this is going to be a tough one. Because if Wizard can survive this one round, he's safe. Victory. Wait a second. Oh, I didn't go through. Victory. But my concern here is that I don't think Wizard's going to survive. I think we might be about to lose Wizard. Because the worst thing that can happen here is obviously Wizard explodes. I mean, he successfully failed to stand up. But if Wizard explodes, or if Wizard gets knocked out, basically he's gone. And he's got a Wolverine in his 6, and we have no way to kind of support him. So Wizard is just going to have to tank the opposition for a round. Well, Wizard can shoot. Might as well shoot. It's the only thing Wizard can shoot this round, but hey, you never know. Might get lucky and kill the Panther. Oh! Well, he managed to hit out 2 of the Panther's heat sinks, and he has survived. Can he survive the melee round? That is the great question. Will Wizard live to whiz another day? It looks like Wizard did, and the scenario is over. We have survived in spite of everything. Enemy controls the field. We lost our Warhammer to ammo detonation. Whoa! Mace very nearly lost his life. No kills claimed, but we did, however, succeed the victory. Succeed the scenario. The MekTechs are going to have to do some buffing, though. Sounds the infirmary, and Mace has burned chest, collapsed lung, burned chest again, bruised left femur, and got a right femur fracture. Oh no, that's Mace. Wizard got a right forearm compound fracture. King Miles says, quick, get Mace to Miracle Max. And we still haven't found the enemy base. Oh, not base, enemy forces. So let's continue looking. PS359 says we're going to be sending Max to Mace to our pirate doctor. They treat everything rum and leeches. They just do everything with duct tape and super glue. We don't care about that. Oh, we got a breakthrough. Charlie Lance might be able to do this, depending on when they come back. We got an official challenge. Oh yeah, this is my first official challenge. Oh, we will absolutely take a look. We will absolutely take a look. Yes, yes, we will accept your official challenge. We're gonna send in Baker Lance. Ah, I'm so excited. Aha, yay! Ah, I have never had an official challenge in, like, outside of simulations. What are we looking at here? 6.2k of baddies. We don't want it to be on Dusk and Dawn, though. Daylight, clear, calm, Arctic Desert. Can we have it not Arctic Desert? It's now the Star League depot in the Light Forest. For the powers of teleportation. Okay, so we still need to get the breakthrough. Charlie is not in a position to insist, and Alpha is in pieces. So we're just gonna skip past the breakthrough. And Commissar John says Star League Depot. Guess winner gets the booty. I'm guessing the pirates that we're fighting, who are called No Honor. I'm guessing that No Honor is using a Star League era depot as their base of operations. That's what I'm thinking. So this was an Age of War era weapons test range. That explains the crater. Yeah, you're right. Excuse me. Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's fucking go. A combat challenge has been issued for official channels. Deploy one and only one of your forces to fight on our behalf. The result of this duel will significantly affect morale. The victor controls the field, and we will be the ones standing when the dust settles. We need to kill 50% of them. Victor constrains the field, so that is going to absolutely be us. I am so excited. We have 5.5 to their 6.3, so we're going to be fighting uphill. Okay. Mano a mono? Yeah. A pirate challenge. We are fighting for the right to wear black as our color scheme. Oh no. Have they just deployed an assault lance? I will check our long-range scanners in just a minute, but this could be rough. We have... wait for them to stop. Okay, we lost contact with one of them, but there's a stalker and a militia mech. Well, I'm not too worried about the militia mech. It's this scavenger. I mean, that makes sense for pirates, but yeah, I'm not too worried about the assault militia mech. The stalker is concerning, though. Okay, we are sending Morningstar forward to scout, because I want to try and get some eyes on what their other mechs are. Go for the wrist shot on the stalker, but be careful that flip arms. Right. Commissar John says, alright, double blind. Yeah, we always play in double blind. Okay, we don't have any sensor returns yet. Mr. Bear's having some lunch in the background. Where do we want to set up a firing line? I feel like we are going to do it in this Star League depot. The reason being is it's going to allow us to allow us to duck behind the buildings as we need to. Actually, let's set up in the woods on the hill here. Okay, we have eyes on the entire lance. They are... I saw a Banshee. Okay, we got a Banshee, a Mammoth. Okay, so we've got a Banshee, Stalker, Goliath, and a MegaMek. Okay. Switch to sensor to mag stand, see through woods. Okay, it's good to know. Brad says that MegaMek is an easy kill, but the rest are going to be an uphill fight. Yeah, we don't have the heaviest lance here. But we do have Batman. I think we're just going to have to hope that we can get some ammo kills on the Stalkers. Youngster says, well, they don't call it an official easy fight. I mean, that's true. Okay, let's start plinking. Or maybe we won't start plinking. Man, we don't have shit. But on the bright side, hopefully that means they don't have shit either. PSP59 says they have two Stalkers. No, they have a Banshee and a Stalker, but because we both have pitch black camo paint, it just looks really hard to tell. It's a Banshee, Stalker, MegaMek, and Goliath. Damn it. Okay, the initial barrage. Oh, Senpai is already taking hits from the Goliath. Commissar John says, hopefully the other mechs are a bad shot, because a 3-4 Stalker sounds like a terrible time. Yeah, I think we might actually be losing this, honestly. I don't think we have the metal for this. So we're going to try and focus fire the MegaMek first, because a kill is a kill, and the MegaMek's going to be the easiest to bring down. Then we need to kind of prioritize what we want to try and execute, which I think is largely going to come down to what opportunities we're presented with. Hermes isn't going to do much. What we might try and do with the Hermes is... Oh! Oh, there goes the enemy militia mech, it looks like. Yeah, we hit them in the head multiple times, and they blacked out. Oh, hell yes. Okay, so the enemy militia mech has blacked out. And critted out their foot, so there's a reasonable chance they might not get back up. I'm not sure if the scavenger is a quad mech, so if they are, then they'll be able to get back up easy enough. But yeah, that's potentially one down. Okay, the Banshee is charging forward. That may be our next target. Okay, so it does look like the Mammoth is what we're going to need to try and pin down next. I say Mammoth, the Goliath. Although, if you think about it, the Goliath being called a Mammoth works on account of the fact that it's very similar in design to the Mammoth from Command and Conquer, Tiberian Sun. So, I don't think we're going to get as lucky with the Mammoth as we did the Goliath. As lucky with the Goliath as we did with the militia mech. But you never know. It only takes a single hit to kill a mech. Okay, nothing. Senpai is taking a little bit of damage. Oh, Senpai is actually getting into a really bad shape, so we are going to walk Senpai down the hill into these woods so they can have partial cover. That was actually Sledge. I meant to move Senpai. Whoops. That wasn't quite what I wanted. Okay, so the Mammoth is still primary target. If they are planning to hold back all the way back there, we're actually going to be in trouble because they're going to be able to outrange us. We may actually have to move into brawling range, which is not what I want to be doing. But I'm questioning whether we have the opportunity to make that decision. I think we are going to have to move in and get ourselves a little bit closer. Because like us, they've set themselves up with a very strong firing line. Yeah, nothing of joy. Okay, the enemy militia mech has woken up and it looks like the Banshee is coming in to play. So is the Mammoth. So we are going to move in ourselves. I'm going to move Senpai up into these heavy woods. Batman is our archer, so we actually want to be backing Batman up a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. So we're going to continue prioritizing the Mammoth. Seeker says don't forget to hold down, that's a good point. We're going to continue prioritizing the Mammoth as we've already done a decent amount of damage to it, so we're ideally going to kill it. Senpai is reporting they are getting a little bit toasty roasty, but they will just have to put up with that. Oh, Morningstar has hit the ground with a thud, while shots scatter all about the enemy Goliath. That is not a great position for Morningstar to be on their ass. So we're now going to need to move in Sledge to try and help hold the line with Morningstar. The issue we're going to have is we actually don't want to be holding the line here because that's going to give them the high ground. We need to be pulling back now. Oh, Morningstar is in a terrible, terrible time. We're going to have to just get up and run. We need a 9. We cannot afford to carefully stand. Damn it, they failed. Oh, this is going to go horribly. Horribly, horribly, horribly if we can't stand up. Nope, we're still on the ground, and if we get up now, we're just going to get kicked in the back of the head. So we're going to stay down. Windswept, the MegaMek, is back in the game, unfortunately. Commissar John says the Wolverine's going to be in real bad trouble. It is. Morningstar is probably going into the dirt. Now, it's worth noting that these are level -1s in its galley here, so Sledge isn't going to be able to melee the Goliath. Our only chance is if we can take this Mammoth out and take it out now, which is going to be an ask. Could Sledge dev from above? Maybe. I believe the Hermes does have jump jets, I think. It's too late now, but yeah. And the good thing is we can actually fire all of our guns into the Goliath's back. Okay, we have lost one of our LRM-15 packs on Senpai's tree bucket and a medium laser. Oh, we're taking crits to the right leg on tree bucket. Everybody remains standing, though. In this case, isn't actually that good for us. So, enemy Goliath is going to attempt to kick Senpai. We're going to respond for a kick of our own. I think Senpai is about to hit the ground. Oh, Senpai has lost the left hip and the lower leg, but they actually stay standing. Senpai is holding the ground despite some serious damage. Okay, the Mammoth is moving away from Morningstar. I am not going to stay around and hang out when the Mammoth can kick. So we're going to actually back away a little bit. Now, because of our damaged hip and lower leg actuators, we can't move very fast. So we are in a very bad position. Sledge doesn't have jump jets, it turns out. So Sledge is going to stay put. Batman will advance. We want to make sure the enemy are going to stay in their line of fire. Morningstar at this point is now in a position to carefully stand. Not in a good position to carefully stand, but a 7+ is better than a 9+, which they still fail. Good job, Morningstar, you absolute waste of flesh. Okay, again, our priorities. If we can try and kill the Mammoth, I will be happy. We need to cool down Batman. It's getting a little bit hot in his rubber suit. Knight says, that would normally sound harsh, but you absolute waste of flesh. Sounds affectionate for a pirate. Okay, everybody's still standing. We crit out one of Goliath's machine guns. And we're into internals on the center torso. So the Goliath is going down slowly. It's just that we aren't strong enough to persecute. Commissar John says, the Wolverine being on the ground, that's Morningstar, actually keeps guns away from them. Yeah, I think that's the only reason Morningstar's still alive, I'm being perfectly honest. Though we do need to withdraw Senpai. That Goliath is now in forced withdrawal. Senpai, Batman, let's see here. I think we're moving Batman up. The reason why I'm moving Batman a bit more aggressively is I want to kind of present Batman as a credible threat to try and draw some fire off of Senpai and Morningstar. Now that both the Stalker and the Banshee have yet to move. Okay. Looks like the Banshee's moving into melee range, which makes sense for the Banshee. Hey, Cowbunger is. Hey, Hammer, glad you could join us. You're joining us just in time to see me lose. We decided that today we're going to have a bit of a day off because I was getting a little bit burned out. So we're having a throwaway pirate campaign. We're just going to play it for like one day and then just throw it in the bin. Okay, let's back up with Morningstar and just see if we can. Thank you so much, Hammer, for the subscription. I really do appreciate that. Again, we are still looking at 9s, so let's go ahead and carefully stand up instead. Yes, I would like to carefully stand. That's why I clicked the get up button. Now, because we're in -1, is this nightly? Yes, it is. This is not only the nightly, but this is including the memory leak fixes I pushed earlier and the new Stratcon sector builder. Hey, Morningstar finally got up. Good job, Morningstar. expletive. Okay, so Batman and Sledge and Morningstar are all going to try and gang up on this Banshee while Senpai tries to take the Mammoth down. I will say, just anecdotally, from playing it, this does feel like a much smoother experience. I'm not getting the same slowdown as the rounds mount up that I would previously. So I do think the memory leak has been fixed. I'm not noticing any issues, and I am playing in double blind as well, so this is the environment we were testing in. I say we were, I was testing in. Okay. Lots of firing. Batman is taking some damage, but it's otherwise good. Batman stays standing. I don't know that we can take another round of that. I think Batman will die if we're forced to. So we're going to try and kick and bring down this Banshee. Oh my god! No bot control panel or not applicable. Not applicable, and I don't know if that's merged in yet. If it is, then it would be, but no, I don't have any bot allies in this one. Well, that went spectacularly wrong, as both Morningstar and Sledge missed their kicks and fell on their asses. Good job, guys. No pre-battle grog for you. Oh my freaking god, my pilots are useless. Okay, the Mammoth is just getting out of dodge at this point. We need Senpai to try and support taking out this. Oh god, we can barely move with Senpai. We can turn in place and that's about it. No, time for Morningstar to carefully stand again, I guess. Which they succeed in doing, so at least it's that. Though the Banshee is now moving into melee range with Morningstar. I think that's basically going to be Morningstar's death certificate. Mike says, nice choreography on the Three Stooges act. Okay, we are going to push Sledge for a risky move, which they fail. We are going to push Sledge for another risky move, which they fail. We are going to push Sledge for an additional risky move. Actually, we're not going to do that because that's not going to put them into a position that we want. What do they even need to stand? 8? Oh my fucking god. Okay. Careful standards then, you useless pilot turds. Oh, we can't. We can't careful stand because we've already attempted to stand. Okay, they finally succeeded. Good. Here 359 says we might have to let them take the black camo. Commissar said let's hold down if ever in doubt there is, but I forget it exists. It looks like the Mammoth is shooting Senpai on its way out. That's just rude. We'll fire both our... Yeah, we're just going to try and take out this Mammoth, because we need to take out 2 enemy mechs, then we are home free. Not entirely sure we're actually going to manage that, but we need to do it. Okay, let's see how badly things go. Oh, Batman has lost an LRM-20 rack. The Goliath is still in it. Is still taking some slowly taking some internals, but not enough to kill it. Batman has an open right torso. Ooh, I don't like that. I do think we are at a point now where we are not winning this. Unless we manage to pull something miraculous out of the bag. Which I don't think we're about to. I think we're at the point now where we're going to start losing people. All this so we could win the right to wear black ammo paint. Yeah, we're down to 60.5 to their 83. It's going to be whoever hits the 50% first, but I do have a strong suspicion that's about to be us. Okay, the Banshee is moving into the woods. How do I want to do this? So we're going to bring Sledge up into the high ground. King Mark says, guess you're going to have to change your camo. Yeah, I think so too. Batman is going to hug the wall to try and take some heat off. Could I charge the Stalker off? Probably not. Because it's on a different elevation level, and I think you have to be on the same elevation level to charge. My possession for black hammer goes poorly, Queer. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're all just ganging up on this Banshee, just desperately trying to kill it. But that is a lot of standard armor to eat through. Senpai, I think, is actually going to continue their attempt to kill the mammoth. Because it's in internals on the center torso. We can do it. Oh no, this has gone poorly. Where's the red of shame? Okay, we have taken out its Artemis ammo in the center torso. It's out of 10 internal structures on the Goliath, but 5 internal structure left on the Goliath, but still it stands. Morningstar, on the other hand, however, did take more than 20 damage. They've fallen over. They have blacked out. Artemis in 30 to 19. Something's buggy with the ammo file. If someone can report that, that might be worthwhile. Second. Ammo not respecting availability. Artemis doesn't exist yet as its post-helm core. Is it Artemis post-helm core or is it just lost tech? Either way, they probably shouldn't have it. It's lost tech. Yeah, pirates probably shouldn't have it. Oh god, Morningstar has taken 19 damage to left arm. That's not great. We did manage to kick the enemy Banshee, and the Banshee is on the ground. We can still bring this back. Probably. Maybe. Because their Mammoth is about to leave the field. Damn it, the Banshee got back already. I was hoping we could keep the Banshee down on the ground for one more round. Morningstar is unconscious. Sledge. What can we do with Sledge? Okay, we're moving Sledge into the trenches. Oh god, the Stalker's in the trenches too. Okay, Sledge is going to come down here and attempt to try and kick the Stalker onto the ground. I think that's our only hope here, that we can get the Stalker onto its ass. Senpai can't move at all. Fuck-a-doodle-doo. So Senpai is next on the chopping block. This is it. I think we're about to hit combat loss. Good news is we can finally make use of Batman's butt lasers. What unit fired the Artemis ammo? I believe that was the Goliath. Yeah, I think that was the Goliath. I think it was less that it had Artemis, it fired Artemis, it just had Artemis. I think we're going to fire. I think we've got this Banshee. We might get lucky, but I think we're about to lose people. Morningstar lost their right arm. The Banshee just ate everything. Batman is taking an engine hit, taking a gyro hit. It is all over. Yeah, Batman hit the ground, blew off his right arm. The Banshee also hit the ground, but I don't think that's saving us here. Second, I'm gonna have a look at the round report. We have lost. We gave him a good fight, but we have lost. So we'll slash victory. We still have to play out the round, but unless we can somehow miraculously do enough damage to them to take them below 50%, in which case we can eke out a draw, we have lost. Aim for the head. Well, we don't have anybody immobilized except us. And I'm hoping they won't aim for the head. There's a great irony here. We actually put Windswept into force withdrawal in the first round, more or less. But because they're in a MegaMek, they've taken and the right leg damage we did to them, they have taken so long to leave the field, they still count as an active combat participant, and that's what's lost us the match. If we'd actually killed Windswept outright, we would have won by this point. It's that close. Batman's archer is basically dying around him. The Banshee is prone again, but yeah, Batman's fucked. I think you've also force withdrawal units should count as dead. Yeah, it is over, and the fat lady has not singing our tune. Okay, but okay, Morningstar has woken up at least, just in time to see us go. Yeah, we lost. The enemy controls the field, because we most assuredly did not win. We lost. Oh god, they claimed both our Trebuchet and our Wolverine. They left us an archer that is barely a mech. Look at this, look at this. We have a head, legs, and what's left of a center torso. That's it. And we got the Hermes, which just took a whole bunch of armor damage. What is this, Mech Warrior 5? Oh, God. Well, there goes half a lance. At least you can still repair it. That is true. That was a defeat. We were so close, but that was a defeat. And with that, the enemy has jumped up from critical to weakened. And we are now required to change our camo. We have lost the contract. We're not the contract, we've lost the rights to wear black camo. So now we wear red. And we're going to rename ourselves the Red Assholes. That's right, this was a Red Assholes origin story. But yeah, I think at this point, we back our way out of this contract, and we're probably going to end the stream there for today, because this is my day off, so having a little bit of a shorter one. But yeah, I think at this point what happens next is, take care Hammer, I think what happens next is the Red Assholes will go to lick their wounds, where in a dark seedy cafe they are later approached by, I mean, this doesn't work for the timeline with the year we're in, but whatever. Later they are approached by someone from the Lyran Commonwealth, asking them for if they'd be willing to take some dirty jobs. And then years later, they end up fighting a secret war against the newly formed Rasselhague Republic. But yeah, I think that is going to be it for me today. If you have had a good time and you're not already, hit the follow button. If you are having an especially good time, consider subscribing or popping a tip in the tip jar. Always appreciated. Tomorrow we will be back to our dev streams. And then, of course, on Friday we have our usually scheduled programming of the Scrotorious Bastards. But I am going to wander off and get myself a snack. Thank you all for turning up today. Sorry that things were a little bit ad hoc, but I hope you all had as good a time as I did. Good night, everyone.